Alright. That should be better. Oh my gosh. My OBS updated on me. I should have known. It tends to about a good 60-70% of the time mess with my mic. uh, but no. I'm not trying to go for the mounts. I'm trying to just continue my Warring Triads quest line. Because I still need to do the Fuck Around the Clock and the Diabolical Bismarck. I was able to do like the normal dungeon, whichever it was. Not Belsar's Wall. Was it XIV? No, I don't think it was that either. I forget which one it's supposed to be, but I don't think it was a trial. Maybe it was a trial. Ah, yeah, it was another trial. Containment Bay S1T7. This dude is part of the Moogle Treasure Trove event. I didn't even know we were in a Moogle Treasure Trove event. Good to know. Yeah. I'm just trying to do quest lines here. Like I said before, I'm trying to do that before moving on with the main quest line. I was told there's more that I should do before moving on. So I'm going to try. It's going on until August. Good to know. Since I finished up the Hildebrand quest line in Ishgard, I'm going to try to do my class quests. Oh, they were in Idleshire. I'm dumb. I just wasted money. Oh well. We'll go back. Young Arya has invested in her appearance, it would seem. Doesn't she look the part? Right. Let's break in that new equipment. There's a hostile organization of goblins known as the Illuminati, making trouble for the people here in Idleshire. The most prominent threat to the populace seems to be the mechanical soldiers controlled by Illuminati aggressors. I say we do the locals a favor by using these clunking contraptions as combat practice. Alright. After your battle with Lambert, however, that may be all they amount to, especially for you, Shent. Your mastery of red magic is such now that I dare say you could handle a mechanical soldier or two on your own. As for you, Arya, your spells have raw power, but lack refinement. I think I would prefer to have you training alongside a partner. I wish to try fighting alone. Please understand, Before I began learning magic, I felt like I scarcely existed. But when I work to match you and Shent, when I see myself improving, that's when I feel the most alive. I want not more than to become full-fledged red mage. I want to stand at your side and fight as your equal. Well, far be it from me to stop you. Mayhap the perfect way to conquer your difficulties with white magic is to be alone in a situation which offers you little recourse but to rise above them. Both of you should head towards the Archheitington and find your own mechanical foes to overcome. I'll be waiting for you here in the Maker's Quarter. No. The hand. Let's see if there's anything here. I'm always suspicious of lone areas. It might be for a quest someday. Yeah, my gosh, sorry. Psh, Uplander, ask for pain giving. Oh, wow. I guess I don't know what I was getting hit by there. Wow. Okay. All the way back to Limsa, I guess. Oof. harm. I've come to recognize that confident step. Well done, Shint. Mm-hmm. Do you happen to spot Arya on your travels? Unless I have sorely overestimated her abilities, I would have expected her to arrive not long after you. Arya did seem intent on proving herself. Pray forgive the tortured metaphor, but I have a feeling she may have sliced off more than she could fry. Come, let us seek our young mage and render aid if need be. Okay? Shint, I did it. I won. Shint, there you are. Is Arya unharmed? Aye, that is a fair gathering of goblins. From the looks of it, defeating this lot almost took everything she had. Can you walk, my friend? I've never seen you, so... Oh, that's not great. Give them to me. Your life energies, your souls, I must feed. Her hair, she's become like them, but stop this, Arya. Tis no use, the hunger has taken over. We'll have to knock her senseless. Donk. I suggest we take her back to Idleshire and let her rest at Rowena's establishment. And I hope she will be more amenable to discussion when she awakes. They've agreed to lend us a place where you can recover. I'm not overly fond of owing favors to Rowena's consortium, but some days a bad deal is the best one can get. As you can see, our companion has regained her senses. Mayhap it would be best if you spoke with her. What happened? Did I truly attack you? Gods, why would I do such a thing? I remember defeating that contraption. I remember falling to my knees, exhausted from spellcasting. I remember my thoughts fading away as a roar in my head grew louder and louder. And then Nothing. I don't understand what possessed me. Never would I draw my blade on you or Shirun. This was some poor judgment on my part. I should not have tested you so harshly. Listen to me carefully now, Arya. I have seen how battle can exhaust you, but I fail to understand what grim truth such exhaustion presaged. In the moment you say a roaring drowned out your thoughts, the color of your hair changed quite drastically. We witnessed a similar transformation in Lambert ere he began to feed upon living aether. Lambert was able to employ magics of incredible power, but it left him hungering for life force. I believe what you experienced was a surrender to that very same hunger. Can't be. My erstwhile colleague described how he enacted a change in his physical being. While I suppose it is possible such a ritual was performed upon you as well, he mentioned the process requiring many years. You have many more questions, I am sure, but for now you must rest. If this hunger takes hold when your aether is exhausted, then it is even more important that you recuperate from your exertions. And Arya, do not despair that you have lost yourself. After all, you are in perfect control now, are you not? I am. Thank you, Shirun. Shent, we will seek the cure to Arya's condition. I have little knowledge of such forbidden arts. I am confident that a determined expedition will yield the answer we require. Prepare yourself for another journey. I'm cool with that. The next Regimade quest will be available from Shirun upon reaching level 63. Okay. The requirements for undertaking subsequent quests will be reviewed in your journal. Let's continue on. Are you ready to depart? The journey I have in mind will take us into the mountain of Abania. There we'll visit the ziggurat built by the Red Mages of Eld. Lambert and I once explored these ancient ruins, searching for knowledge of the first incarnation of red magic. That was long ago, before we formed the Crimson Duelists and joined the Revolution. Before I realized the manner of hidden wisdom for which Lambert had been truly seeking. The edifice itself has now been overrun by Kieran. Though a thorough expedition could still unearth something of value, mayhap even the secrets behind Lambert's occult transformation. Arya, my friend, I must ask that you remain here and continue your convalescence. And no spellcasting. Not even a lick of a flame to light a candle. In your weakened state, we know not how suddenly the hunger might return. Yes, of course. Just the thought of what might happen is enough to make me feel ill. I'll be fine in my sickbed. But what of you two? Are you really going to travel all the way to Gir Abania just for me? What would you do if the positions were reversed? If Shent were afflicted by a condition and you knew a cure might be found beyond the mountains, what then? Why, I'd be at the door in a moment. Thank you, Arya. That you would respond so emphatically is the reason we have no qualms about doing the same for you. Arya's worked so hard to master her skills, and I imagine it would be hard to refrain from training for a while. But she must recover from her exhaustion first, before aught else. Come, shit. Gosh. The ziggurat awaits. Rest well, Arya. We shall return as swiftly as we are able. Ah, yeah. all these areas I haven't reached yet. Oh no. I guess technically I can't continue on yet. Well, that is concerning. I don't know what to do now. Should I just continue on with the main story quest? Again, I was... Forget. I'm gonna continue on. Nah. Hi, Alize. If all proceeds to plan, we should soon be receiving word that Alliance forces have secured Baelsar's wall. Till then, however, we can but ensure we are ready to move the moment we hear the news. Beyond the Great Wall.
The question is, how will the Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal? Oh, I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time.
Hey,
He writes that
Lucian.
they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't fight for Alamigo? Even after everything that's happened?
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake, Lys. The Alliance is in complete agreement that the Empire must be purged from Eorzea. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamegan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are uniquely qualified to serve in this capacity. That is to say, leases, given her personal connection to the Resistance. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Trying to.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
I can't queue normally for extremes. What do you mean? I spent the whole stream last time trying to do that. It failed. Great. Okay. As if you have to ask.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well. I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming. But we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable as my learned friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations.
Find a human to drag me into it unsynced, or you party find it synced, but most people aren't crazy enough to do low-level extremes. Yeah. Wonderful. Nah. I don't know then. And do I need to do Ravana? That the one? Yeah, Ravana. I also need to do Bishmak, but yeah. Okay. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, wait. Almost, but there's one thing that remains undone. You ready, Shadow Walker? There can be no turning back once we depart. So it's finally happening. Don't tell anyone, but I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Only a bit, mind. I'll be fine once we get going. Hopefully. You remember Manago, don't you? The messenger who brought word of the Griffin's attack on Belsar's wall? Well, she left not long ago, having made a full recovery. If you see her in Gyr Abania, make sure to send my love.
Ready, my friend? Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Please do.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Girabania?
Aye. The Alliance
Sorry,
will
I
make
wasn't
contact with
thinking.
the Alamegan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. It is but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kozetsu and I to return to our master, to our home.
I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. Let all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
Farewell! Until we meet again. Probably gonna help you in Doma eventually, though. Yes, just for completing it. I know you can get a mount. I don't care about the mount right now. I just want to get the quest line done with the Warring Triad. Thank you. 1,000 moons apart, yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success. Well then, shall we? Wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? Me? What, now? Alright then, if you insist. Tataru's gonna give you a new outfit. Okay. Okay. Alright then. What do you think? As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the needs of skilled fighter like these. An outfit tailor-made. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I might have to stop introducing you as the Scion's receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru. Thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. I'm glad you like it, and with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. Then onward, to Girabania. Our first stop will be Amoruse's Spire, in the East Shroud. No pants. Why does she never wear pants? Because shorts are comfy and easy to wear? And with the Pokemon reference out of the way. Okay, sorry, Lucian. I am ready for the party invite when you are. I will also get out of the thing. That might help. Withdraw. Yes. Oh. Yes. Thank you. Yay, harder version of this fight. Man, I only did this fight once. Yo. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Thus does the sacred art of combat proclaim the victor. I lay my blades at thy feet, child of man.
Oh my gosh. Hooray. I'll read it, I guess. Alright. Yes, please. If I have to talk to the dude first about it, though. I have to talk to the dude at the Rising Stone. So, let me do that real quick. Hi. Ukulele. So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down so great a foe? You must tell me more of the experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded. Though thine all-surpassing skill at arms, do we now take our first step in ridding this star of the warring triads' baleful presence, and in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vain glory of Alleg. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might of Sephiroth. I forgot there are another two, and may yet exceed him. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength and give careful thought to thy preparation. Assuming the garlands afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate primals, blind to the technology potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was this world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. There is no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. 'Tis plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of Allegan Technology's potential for calamity, or are those your own words? 'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more. When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of the boy behind the mask, but it seems your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with the infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, amongst other things. As long as our purposes align, what matters my affiliation? It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion. Truth be told, I was rather glad you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all the time, much as you might wish to be. Anyway, we'd best be off. Do send word if there are any further developments. Bye. A companion now, am I? Alright. Wait, what? There's more, like, quests? Now I have to attune to the Aetheryte. Wait, I'm gonna need to go up higher, aren't I? It's like way up there, isn't it? Yeah, go up. There it is. Posse smash the gemstone against the Aetheryte. Nothing much happens. Out of habit, you attune with the Aetheryte, and once more, nothing much happens. Alright, now I can do the thing. Yeah. Front Bishop Mark in the Limitless Blue Extreme. As is all too often the case, a primal you failed. I'll read it later. Thank you again. I appreciate it. Bring it on, bird whale. Ow. Bring it on, windfish. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. Where'd it go? Oh! A huge increase in. Oh, gods, brace yourself! Gosh darn it. Thank you. No, no, no. Hey, gosh darn it. Na, 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 na. Expanse machetes for rogue. Greed. Oh, the ones that we have to, like, remake, right? No. And sure. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, now. We did it, Sanu Vanu. No. Sorry, Sanu Vanu, not Sanu Vanu. As storm clouds give way to sunlight, so hope returns to Zundu, and clarity of vision to Sanu. Sanu sees Netherling for who he truly is. Netherling is bare foretold. Once long ago, in the midst of a great battle with a tribe from the Nethers, a horrid wicked demon comes to feast on the bodies of the fallen. Manuk Mani, we name him. Manuk Mani, we decry him. For generations he hunts the Vanu Vanu, but this day we say no more. Greatest of our heroes climbs atop the beast's back, and with blades black as midnight, she rips his eyes from his head and casts him into Cloud Sea. In hour of great need, eyes return to the Vanu, look to their bearer for salvation, so she declares. So it comes to pass. Now Netherling's deeds we remember forevermore. Yeah, okay, so I need to do this as well. No mount, but that's okay. My way out of here. Oh. The extremes aren't part of the quest line? I thought they were. Great. Click, click. Once more have you slain our ravening god. Even the one mind must begin to appreciate the folly of their wasteful summonings. Tell us, great hunter, how were you able to pass the seal? Did it simply melt away at the approach of your indomitable presence? Gemstone of fire and earth? There's something. A memory we have from the Overmind. Before we were cast out, a memory of the burning eye of Ravana. Overmind has recollections of legends 100 generations old. We remember the tale of our god as he once was. An all-devouring beast whose eye was torn from him by an invading tribe. Nath has sought to recover this lost relic for centuries, that it might be rejoined with Ravana reborn. But even were it found, it is said that only the most worthy of warriors can bear its searing touch. Now understand why the seal granted you passage. But tell us, great hunter, how came you by the eye? A youngling named Ukulele? Your deed has returned many memories to the surface of our mind, but that name is not among them. To gift you with such a prize, he too must have thought you worthy. We thank you, great hunter. Alright, Ukulele, why'd I do this when I didn't have to? I feel like I just wasted a lot of time for nothing. I still thank you very much, though. Thank you, Lucian. Gosh darn it, Ukulele, what was the point? He didn't say a word. The etheric readings left no doubt. The Lord of the Mists is no more. For the time being, at least. After all, such beings have a rather troublesome tendency to return. Let's turn our attention to the Lord of the Hive, who in quiet meditation awaits your coming. Well, I did that as well, so... And thus is the Lord of the Hive essence returned unto the land. And thus has the essence of Ravana joined that of the Lord of the Mists in its return unto the land. Yet my gratitude, Warrior of Light. Without your valiant efforts, these primal tears would have invited devastation on a cataclysmic scale. For unlike others of their ilk, Bismarck and Ravana both harbor the desire and the power to reach Azizla. It is with dreadful clarity that I sense their intent to feed on the strength of the warring triad, and thereby amplify their power by an order of magnitude. Okay, so they're not part of the warring triad. I thought they were. By what wisdom do I claim such certainty? I am gifted with, how shall I put this, an intimate knowledge of the primal mind. You are curious, I'm sure, but you need not understand the nature of a power to use it, do you? Much the same with the Echo, I imagine. Ah, the realm of Eorzea. Ever has it been a land embraced by gods. For weal or for woe, I should wonder. For the time being, I shall remain here in the Rising Stones and assist Uranje with his research into the icons. If you should require aught further of me, simply ask. Uranje. Ukulele has a gift for me. I have something for you, Warrior of Light. During our expedition to banish Sephiroth, I came across a certain relic, and I believe it would be put to best use in your hands. It is an elegant device of the kind used to store information. In this case, the record of the furious conflict that took place on the shores of Myrcidia between the Icon Sephiroth and the forces of Alec. Should you present this tombstone to the verification node outside Triad control, node systems will analyze the various aspects of the conflict and create for you a false icon against which you can train. Consider it a sort of mock battle that presumes a Sephiroth who has broken free of his shackles. If I understand its workings correctly, the node should also be capable of manifesting a far stronger incantation of the icon. This would mimic the catastrophic consequences were Sephiroth ever to absorb an additional source of energy, say by defeating another member of the Warring Triad. A compelling challenge for a warrior of your ability, yes? You do not possess Mistress Kryle's knowledge of Allegan technology to begin this particular battle. Simply present the tombstone to the node on the flagship, then follow the orb's instructions. I hope the experience brings you valuable insight, Warrior of Light. Fate of Stars. Ukulele is preoccupied by the threat of the 6th Legion. I am troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of Allegan technology. While it is true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in attempting to breach Azizlaw's defenses, Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, it will not be long before the Legatus moves to... Pray excuse the interruption, but a call to this link pro can only come from one of your fellow Scions. Arcani Stola, what news? And you are quite certain they have broken through? Yes, of course. We shall leave immediately. It would seem the feeling I feared most has come to pass. The Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Yanje placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control primal entities. Arcani Stola requests that we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I'll join you when I have informed the other Scions of this development. might as well turn in fiendish likeness while I'm here. Ah. Wait. No. Here we go. Blip, activate verification systems, combat simulation requesting knowledge, activating tombstone. Though it appears to be not more than a simple stone, Garland Ironworks engineers insist it contains reams of invaluable information gathered by the lost Allegan Empire on the subject of the feed, Sephiroth. Now we could do hard version of Sephiroth! Hooray! Bip bloop warning, threat level extreme. Yep, the Empire assumes no responsibility for death or injury resulting from participation in combat simulations. Blip activating reality augmentation, initiating combat simulation. The Empire thanks you for volunteering to participate in this study. Post-mortem data will be used to improve the survival rate of subsequent participants. Your sacrifice is appreciated. And now I have the option. Yay. I see we are the first to arrive. No matter, your colleagues should be here to none. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Guardians slipped by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Arcani Stola set forth for Azisala when it became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier. I arrived to find that he had succeeded. Let's hope that he is yet to find his prize. Well met, Ukulele, and thank you for answering my summons so swiftly, Shent. We shall all be glad of your presence. Should we meet with the 6th Legion? That seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Alec's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Yanje sought to deny the Empire easy ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I would be surprised if the goddess had not reached the core laboratories already. 'Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the archmages of Charlian. Naught was left to chance. Naught. 'Tis well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. They should succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magecraft, and with surpassing swiftness is... 'tis passing strange. That it is, Yanje, but 'tis a mystery for another day. Arcanistola has the right of it. Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Allegans to harness primal energies. A particular concern is the Genesis expression, an athochemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create substances from nothingness. I know of no such formula. Whence came you by this information? For your enigmatic master, perchance? He did furnish me with that morsel, yes. Knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks enables us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty, Ukulele. Surely safeguarding secrets would take precedence over slaying Legatuses? Krau's sentiments reflect my own, yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Yunjie? Yunjie? Ah, forgive me. My thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to thine question, my lady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter. Right, I've enabled the facility's teleporters. Shall we? We shall, and hopefully I can frickin' speak right. You dwell in the matter of the barrier. I do. Verily, 'twas a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the students of Baldesian himself. Even the most learned Archon would require several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some preternatural power akin to the very echo itself. That's good to know. Terminal has been activated. Prepare to teleport into the Athochemical Research Facility. My gosh. Oh. The Guardians strike from the heart of this facility. I don't think we have a tank in this group. Oops, all mages. Legatus himself is here. After him. Oh. Never mind. There's Van Hydrus.
In the name of the Emperor!
Mr. Skrile! Go, stand guard over Mr. Skrile. Leave her in your care then. You best keep her safe, ukulele. This one looks a handful. Quickly, inside the barrier! The laboratory should be up ahead. Let's hurry along, shall we? After the Legatus. And still they come. Press on, Shent. I will handle this. I have exposed the bones of their work. Now to extract the marrow. Not so fast, Hydrus. Even in the moment of my triumph, you persist in your misguided crusade. So be it. I shall present my prize to the Emperor alongside your head. Yes, I just don't stand there.
There is nowhere to run.
I mean, there's plenty of places to run.
Can you withstand this?
I guess so. weapons inhibitors exist for a reason. I will not lose. Oh my gosh. I did it! Shent. The Tumlith is unbreached then. I believe so. Kryl! My wounds will not slow my blade should you seek to bar my path. And you would slay me, no doubt, but it will be your final act. Oh my. It's not that easy. What madness afflicts you Eosian fools? The Emperor but desires a means to shackle the Icons and their destructive appetites. Why do you rail against your own salvation? It is not for man to wield such power. The primal energy your Emperor seeks to contain would be as kindling waiting for a spark. Forget not the White Raven, Legatus. Like thee, he presumed to wield the power of Alec, and invited the calamity in doing so. This star's fate is too important to be decided by any one man, a warmongering savage least of all. Have care, boy. You speak of my Emperor. But dying here in defense of his honor would not further his cause. Why do we just let him do that? Well, well. I appear not to be dead. God damn it, Kryl. Ow! Kryl. I may have cracked a rib. Or two. But I'll be fine. Honestly. Our foes gave no quarter. Had ukulele stinted in his defense of thee, thou mayst be certain thy hurts would be far worse. I could do no less. Mistress Kryl is here at my behest, after all. The secrets of Alec are safe for the present, though 'tis doubtful the Legatus will return to Garlemald till the prize he coveteth lieth in his grasp. Then we must redouble our efforts to protect this place. Kryl and I will place additional seals upon the Tomlith. Rabble rabble. Ukulele. I appreciated you staying at my side. Thank you. "'Twas not?" "Oh, please, it was a good deal more than that, and you know it. Now let me help you. When a woman thanks you for saving her life, the customary response is, 'You're welcome.' You are welcome." What's up, ukulele? Ah, you're on J. Are the new wards already in place? My colleagues yet toil upon their enchantments. I come unto thee in secret, that I might question thee outside their hearing. Question me? I would speak with the one who undid my subtlest magecraft, he who invited an imperial legatus into this facility, in hopes of engineering the man's demise at the hands of the warrior of light. You accuse me of masterminding these days' events? The plan may have been thy master's, but the deed was thine. Thou didst lure the legatus of the 6th Legion into a trap from which he was not intended to emerge. 'Tis plain to me now that thy seeming opportunism is proposing his elimination was feigned, and that his death was the object of thy plan from the first. And you have proof of this? Thine own words betrayed thee. Thou didst speak of the Empire's desire to claim the Genesis expression, the existence of which even the learned Mistress Krile was ignorant. Whence then did the legatus come by such definitive knowledge? And then there's the matter of mine unraveled ward. None save one possessed of an unworldly gift could have so swiftly effected its dissolution. Know thee of another blessed with such? Assuming these accusations have merit, what then? Full many times and oft doth the pursuit of truth lead men down darkened paths. I take no issue with thy purpose. 'Tis but thy method I would call into question. In the Garthian Empire we have a common foe. Hadst thou deigned to share thine intentions with Shent or Mistress Krile, 'tis like that we would have closed the trap with less risk to life and more success. I sought to use the most dangerous secrets of Alec as bait. Who among you would agree to such a reckless plan? None, and with good cause. Irrespective, thou wert remiss in thy duty to thy comrades. I note with such disappointment that in matters concerning the primals, and those who would control them, the cold rationality upon which thou so pridest thine is conspicuous by its absence. Know that the salvation of this star is an end too vast for any one of us to accomplish alone. Shouldst thou fail to trust in thy comrades, I foresee thy action precipitating some terrible misfortune. Indeed. My sincerest apologies, Shent. Yon Jay is correct in his suspicions. It was I who orchestrated the encounter with the Empire. I would ask that thou forgive Ukulele this transgression, and keep it from Mistress Krile. 'Twould be a pity for one foolish decision to wither their budding camaraderie ere it had a chance to bloom. There you are, you rotten idler! When Istola realized we were struggling with the wards alone, she was absolutely livid. Ah, never mind the Warring Triad. As awoken... never mind the Warring Triad. I have awoken Archon Istola's tempestuous wrath. In supplicant mood shall I return at once, and there atone for mine indolence. Come, Shent. It is time we return to the Rising Stones. To the stones! Once again, I must apologize for acting without your consent or counsel. As a gesture of repentance and a sign of good faith, allow me to share something of myself with you. As Yonjay suggested, I possess the gift of the echo, though it is of a nature different from yours. Regardless, I would use my gift for the self-same purpose, the salvation of this star, and nothing poses a greater threat to the world than the proliferation of primal harnessing technology. That I know only too well. What I am about to divulge concerns the fate of another star entirely. On this other world, magic was devised that allowed the realm's champions to use a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. So armed, these heroic souls conquered god after god, oblivious to their weapons' fatal imperfection, its propensity to bleed primal energies. And with each victory, the heroes changed, transforming at last into fiends of endless appetite, insatiable in their hunger for aether. They ultimately went to war over the star's ever-dwindling life force, and fought until there was nothing left. Thus, as Yuan-Jay so astutely observed, when I am faced with those who rush to embrace power unchecked, I lose all sensibility of rationality. Know that my master, too, cares deeply about the fate of this star. I am his servant, his instrument, sent here to ensure that the same tragedy does not consume another world. Balance unto all. Ukulele has urgent news to share on the current state of the Warring Triad. Warrior of Light. If this world is to survive, we must needs move forward with our plan. Another pillar of the Warring Triad must be stopped. The question of which has already been answered. Following our encounter with the Legatus, Archon Istola detected erratic etheric waveforms emanating from the sector containing the icon Sophia, known simply as the Goddess, in former times. Such readings can mean only one thing. She is close to awakening. Let us return to Azizla forthwith, and put an end to this primal deity, lest she rise again in all her terrible glory. We appear to be the first to arrive. Shall we wait our colleagues here? Could the 6th Legion have returned? Shent, ukulele. We're under attack. Eastall and Yonjay have engaged the foe not far from here. The first Demiurge? Rarely is my shield thus tested. It would seem the Alligans have not been lax in their recruitment. We're not Alligans. You're a fool. Think you so? Mayhap your arm merely withered whilst you lay idle. Still your tongues. We have stalled them long enough. With scales in hand, the goddess shall arise, and righteously cast off her cursed pale, that she, with wrathful whim king at her side, might judge and thence bring balance unto all. Hear my words in despair, Alligans. Our goddess is awoken. Your civilization has birthed the instruments of their own undoing. I just can't read today, nor speak. 'Tis well that you are here, Shent. I should like to know what our assailants were saying. You understood their words, did you not? 'Twas a Mercidian dialect, if mine ears do not deceive, though one which beareth scant resemblance to any spoken in recent time. As for our antagonist's meaning, I do gladly defer to those blessed with the echo. The one with the shield seemed to think we were Alligans. He recited what sounded like a verse of prophecy, then claimed that their goddess is awoken. Is that about right, Shent? And might we assume that this deity of theirs is the very icon we've come to topple? More than likely. Aye, from their tongue, their words, and their attire, 'tis like that our antagonists were Mercidian thralls to the goddess Sophia and victims of the Alligans' incursions. If, as Kryla claimeth, they thought us agents of Allig, 'tis little wonder that they sought to bring us low. You suggest that Sophia's servants have been liberated from their containment? We have no choice but to accept word of her awakening as truth. Gods help us. The Warring Triad have proven formidable enough when we've roused them with a fraction of their true strength. Should Sophia break free at the peak of her powers, Shen and his friends won't stand a chance. Let us be about it then. Shent, Krau, Ukulele. The three of you will make directly for Sophia's containment facility. Yonjay and I will do what we can to occupy the Icon's thralls. Alright. We're off! We're off to fight the Icon. Ugh. Mrs. Crow, do you perchance recall the words of the prophecy in its entirety? Let me see. I believe it was, with scales in hand, the goddess shall rise, and righteously cast off her cursed pale, that she, with wrathful Worm King at her side, might judge and thence bring balance unto all. Duty Finder has been updated with regular duty stuff. Woo! Ah. Just another trial. It is. At least this one should be quick since it's part of the event that's going on. I should be able to hopefully get in there. You know, maybe, maybe. Pardon me, my gosh. Can't stop yawning. Perfect. The goddess.
I leave the goddess in your capable hands. Just watch out for her worshippers.
Oh my! Okay, game.
The unenlightened come. Know you the full weight of death.
Oh no, I hate that.
Come forth, scales of revelation. I would know the weight of your souls.
Ow!
Can you bring equilibrium? I shall tip back the balance.
No, gosh darn it. So we have to stand in the middle of the stage then?
Sin must be balanced with suffering.
Ha. Even my body moves along with that. That is horrifying. What happens if my dead body gets pushed off again?
Daughter, be the bearer of my wisdom.
Sophia just sucks. It seems like it. Okay, good. My gosh. Go away, Sophia. You're not fun. Interesting, but not fun. Yeah, maybe I had a little bit of fun. Just a little. I see the goddess is no more. Well done. Once Cryo and Ukulele have joined us, we may safely depart. One thing yet puzzles me, however. How did Sophia's servants come to wake from their slumber? I believe we have the answer to that. We discover the remains of a Garlean soldier in an adjacent sector of the containment facility. This is like the fool ventured too close to Sophia during the Empire's previous incursion, and was enthralled for his troubles. Another reminder, if any were needed, as to the incalculable threat posed by these beings. The goddess would not even have been conscious when she claimed the man's will, and yet his mistake granted her the means to release her servants, and would have resulted in her own liberation had we not been on hand to intervene. I do much wonder what the Icon's pawn was capable of, so effectively manipulating the facility's containment systems. How came he by such rarefied knowledge? That too is easily explained. During our investigation, Crow discovered a subtle flaw in one of the mechanisms which held the goddess in check, a flaw which had plainly been added intentionally. Upon eliminating the facility's records of the period, we were able to piece together the story. It was a time towards the end of the Third Astral Era, when the peoples of Mercidia faced extinction at the hands of the Allegan Empire. Sophia, being of incomparable cunning, was said to have communicated certain plans to her servants through the medium of a trusted oracle. Following the oracle's instructions, they duly conspired with a rebel faction with Alec, who we believe agreed to temper tamper with the prison intended for Sophia, and then the goddess and her thralls chanced to be captured, though we suspect that this had always been their plan. Indeed, the prison was situated at the heart of Valig, and we think they intended to attack the city from within. They would merely have had to wait for the rebels to exploit the weakness in their confines. But the conspirators' dealings with the Mercidians were exposed before they could enact their plot, and all were summarily executed. It seems that the flaw itself remained undiscovered, however. It might have remained so until the end of days, had it not been for the actions of the Archbishop, and subsequently the Guardians. I cannot help but wonder what might have come to pass had their schemes been successful. Mayhap the answers lies in the prophecy. Krile hath the right of it. Its words may be deciphered thus. The cursed pale speaketh of Sophia's prison, from which she was supposed to emerge at the agreed hour. The Worm King, meanwhile, could be none other than the great Bahamut himself. Then yet a prisoner whom the goddess had intended to unleash upon Alec to set right the scales of justice. A foolhardy plan. Had it come to fruition, the two of them would have surely had raised the realm. Naught would have been spared the devastation, the Mercidians' homeland included. Their home already stood on the brink of oblivion. Mayhap they wished for naught else but to purge the poison of Alec with primal fire. The tale teacheth us that even the greatest of man's creations may yet be brought low by a single act of treachery. The Alguns were fools to place their trust in technological bondage. To shackle such beings is but to delay the inevitable. Not save their total destruction shall free us from their menace. Let us return now to the Rising Stones, and there consider the final steps of this most needful task. The threat posed by this facility is far greater than you imagine, Yonjay, and one not limited to the icons themselves. Sophia's remaining servants must be put down. Blip, bloop. Warning. Deactivating stasis chamber support systems will result in subject termination. Enter identification code to continue. Identification code accepted. Subjects terminated. Is Altamis Warrior of Light. Arcani Stola mentioned that there was a matter she wished to discuss. Well met, gent. You'll forgive me if I seem curt, but I would settle an account with our young friend. While conducting a final sweep of Sophia's containment facility, we discovered that all her remaining thralls had perished in their stasis chambers. This was your doing. Aye, it was. I chose to act upon the knowledge revealed within the tombstone we recovered. The true purpose of these prisons is far more horrifying than we first assumed. The Allagans were not simply observing the icons and siphoning away their energies. They were conducting experiments in preparation for a far more ambitious project. If you'll recall, both the fiend and goddess were imprisoned within massive spherical structures. These spheres were the prototypes which paved the way for a successful construction of an artificial celestial body. You speak of Dalamud. Aye, the icon's cages are unmistakable of the same design as the Red Moon. To be plain, the research facility contained the seeds of 3 calamities which might feasibly be visited upon the chosen subject. Eliminating one of them necessitated the destruction of the goddess's slumbering thralls. A distasteful task unbefitting one such as the Warrior of Light. Thus did I resolve to perform the deed myself. You have made your case, and 'tis apparent that we were not in full possession of the facts. Nevertheless, your notion of what may or may not be expected of Shet is presumptuous in the extreme. When the Warrior of Light chose to join the Scions, he did so in the knowledge that he would be required to face and destroy not only the Primals, but also their fanatical servants. That which you term a distasteful task is an essential part of our calling, a burden which every Scion is sworn to shoulder. I see. 'Twould seem I misjudged the depth of your resolve. No matter. Assuming I have made myself understood, we need not speak of it again. There is, however, one other subject which merits discussion. You determined that Sophia's thralls were awoken by a Garlean soldier who had somehow gained access to the containment area, did you not? If that is the case, it seems highly doubtful that the interloper wandered into such a dangerous part of the facility by chance. Dissidents within the Empire claim that the 6th Legion is rife with agents under orders to thwart the Legatus' mission by any means necessary. Lest you imagine that we have allies in Garlemald, I should clarify that their motive is wholly uncharitable. Jaegula von Hydrus rose to the top of the Garlean military on merit alone. It is fiercely loyal to the Emperor for recognizing his efforts. His compeers, by contrast, rose to the favor of the established order and would accordingly do anything to see him fail. That they would be so reckless. You truly believe that the actions of these agents contributed to the recent crisis? Aye, and that they pose no less a risk to the realm than those loyal to the Emperor. Plainly, we must needs continue to do all in our power to prevent the technologies of Alec from falling into the hands of man. On that point, at least, we have ever been in complete agreement. Another gift. I'd like you to have this, Warrior of Light. It is an elegant tombstone similar to the one we recovered after your victory over Sephiroth. The records contained within describe the goddess at the height of her power, so pretty much the same as Sephiroth. Yeah, alright. Yeah, like, I want to do the hard version of that fight. Frick that. That was already annoying. The last pillar to fall. Ukulele has a request regarding the final icon of the Warring Triad. Greetings, Warrior of Light. But one pillar of the Warring Triad remains. Zervan, icon known as Demon. According to the histories I have uncovered, this monstrous being was worshipped by a race of Mercidian beastmen. These creatures are the key to maintaining Zervin's manifestation. We can be sure that many such thralls will be imprisoned somewhere within the research facility. It is imperative that we determine their exact location as swiftly as possible. We dare not risk repeating the near disaster we suffered at the hands of Sophia's servants. As such, our fellow scions have already begun an exhaustive search. There are several sectors which only you, Crow, and I can enter without fear of enthrallment. Let us make our way to Azaslav forthwith and aid the investigation. Let's do it. Yep. Though it appears to be not more than a simple stone, Euclidean says it contains reams of valuable information gathered by the Lost Allegan Empire on the subject of the goddess Sophia. Blip, data processed, advisory, warring triad, Sophia, threat level extreme. Successful applicants will proceed. Yes, I know. Activating reality augmentation, initiating enlistment program. The extreme containment bay. And now we wait. Goodness. Shint, it's good we finally caught you. The facility has been swarmed by Imperial troops. By their standards did we judge them soldiers of the 6th. Aye, once more doth regular von Hydrus stretch forth his hand to seize the forbidden fruits of Allig. And once more have our meticulous wards been swept aside like so many cobwebs. Your meddlesome wards were destroyed from within by the pulsating energies of an icon. Nay. Put up your weapons and listen. The followers of Zervin have awakened, and they toil to rouse their master. The demon's worshippers yet slumbered when we confronted Sophia. Could the tampering of her thralls have been more widespread than we thought? They shared a common enemy. 'Tis not unthinkable that they would seek to free all those the Allegans had imprisoned. Yes, yes. The cage door hath opened. And whilst you stand here quibbling over who picked the locks, the soldiers are inside the facility risking their lives and their sanity. They have volunteered to face death to prevent Zervan's servants from waking him in the fullness of his power. Now, assuming you have at last understood the gravity of the situation, it is time that I rejoin them. But you cannot hope to succeed. The Archon will enslave the minds of any who draw near. Thus did I seek out those with the power to resist his influence. Aid us, and mayhap my men will not perish in vain. You propose an alliance. I have delved into the depths of this place and found its technology wanting. These mechanisms have failed to hold their prisoners, and such broken artifacts are unfit to bring before the Emperor. Twice have you bested me in combat. Will you now lend me that strength and stand against our mutual foe? 'Twas in opposing your reckless schemes that Ysere was lost to us. You expect us to simply forgive and forget all that has come before? I expect you to put aside your emotions and use your better judgment. But of course, I am dealing with savages. I will not stand here and justify the death of the Ice Maiden. We pursued our ideals and you pursued yours. Such was the result, and mayhap you might consider another point. In these endless clashes, we have lost comrades dear to us. Yet I choose to put aside past grievances to beg your champion's aid, to appeal to your reason. Thou art willing to build a bridge of common purpose upon such tremulous foundations. I too am hesitant to accept their arrangement, Archon Istola, but the offer has been made to the Warrior of Light, and 'tis his involvement which shall ultimately sway its outcome. I shall abide by Shent's decision. It must be stopped. And for better or for worse, we shall fight at your side. Mr. Scry and I are also resistant to primal influences. We shall aid you where we can. Then let us be on our way. Our companions have already passed through to the research facility. We should not lag behind. Oh! The demon stirs. Like a suckling babe, he feedeth upon the aether siphoned unto him by his thralls. It must needs deprive him of this sustenance. Then we destroy those devices. Hold. Witness your soldiers. They have turned one against the other. Even half awake Zervan's corruptions and converts those who enter his aura. Three of us then. Shent, Ukulele, we rush in together and each disable a generator. We cannot give them the chance to rally a defense. There are 4 mechanisms by my account. If I can avoid the Icon's miasma, my blade will make short work of the last one. We, all of us, have pledged our lives to... Keep your lives. I would rather you tend to my fallen. Some may yet survive with their minds intact. Yeah, if my strength will be enough, I am no champion. The battlefield is no place for uncertainty, boy. Fate has blessed you with a unique talent and an occasion to use it. Do not waste such a gift. We strike! Oh. Gods. Zervan is dead. Ukulele. He slumbers once more. You saved me. Why? I told you, boy. Yours is a gift too precious to waste. A gift the Emperor may one day have need of in his war upon these untamable icons. Emperor Varus, he raised me up from the ranks, stood against my detractors. I gladly give my life in his service. You must finish this. Slay these leeches upon our star. Kill them all. Kill Zervan. We must needs withdraw and prepare our assault. The cost of his very life, the legatus hath prized open for us a window of opportunity. He pried it open. Oh my goodness. Let's talk to Ukulele. We can at least get this started. Actually, give me just a second. Sorry. Sorry, I'm back. He's dead. Had I only been stronger. Enough of that. There'll be time for regrets after we've rid the world of Zuvran. Kryl has the right of it. The demon has fallen back into torpor for now, but we must act swiftly if Regula's death is to have meaning. The survivors speak of an army of thralls loose in the facility, and we must assume that these followers continue their efforts to awaken the icon. Let us then concentrate upon diverting them from their task. Mrs. Kryl and Master Ukulele, prithee secure the controls to Zuvran's shackles and limit the restoration of his might. Arcani Stolen, I shall forge ahead and strike down those thralls, as would seek to harry you. Warrior of the Light, thine is, as ever, the most perilous duty. Gather to thee thy trusted companions, and extinguish from this realm the fires of the demon himself. Will do. Alright. The last containment bay. I think that's a good place to stop for now. We'll make sure to continue this next time. Yeah, good stuff. Again, thank you, Lucian, for helping me with the the extreme trials, even though they were very much not needed. I didn't realize that those were not part of the triad. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Oh, gosh. I just feel bad I've wasted quite a bit of time trying to get into those without realizing that they're just not needed. Oh, well. It's fine. Alright. I think I'm going to raid someone. Don't know who. Let's see who's online. Looks like Hexidy's online. Could raid Hexidy. Is there anyone else on? No, let's just raid Hexidy. Think I'm gonna just do that. Alrighty. Once again, thank y'all very much for watching and stopping by and chatting. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lucian. Thank you, Vanilla. I appreciate both of you. You both are very kind. I appreciate it. Thank you. And I'm gonna try to stream this again tomorrow because I'm not gonna be able to do it on Thursday or on Friday or Saturday because my folks are coming up to visit and I'm gonna show them around the Ren Fair, so that's gonna be fun. So I'm gonna try to stream tomorrow to make up for that. But yeah, all right. So I'm gonna do the raid. Alright. Boom. Raid has been created. So, until next time, thank you all very, very much for watching. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, rest of your evening, whichever it may be. And I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.